We are live.
We are live. You're live.
You're right. What?
In a Portuguese household.
Where are we? This we did. Hey, get the city attorney back here, for Christ's sake. We're gonna do the pledge of allegiance on this one. Did he ask you that? Yeah. Are we supposed to pledge?
No, thank you.
This is so nice to see again.
What's that?
A finance report.
Oh, good.
Haven't seen one of these in forever.
I wish this was my bank.
It's actually short. It's about, it's supposed to be 900,000. It's supposed to be 9 million.
All right, call the Mayville City Council to order at 7 PM. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Here.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Here.
Alderperson Leibnam,
Here.
Alderperson Newman,
Here.
Alderperson Olson,
Here.
Alderperson Baker is excused. We have a quorum.
All right, please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
All right, is there any citizen comments tonight? You want to go to the podium, state your name and address?
Come on up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
State your name and address for the record.
Okay. My name is Keith Sturman. I live at 429 Oregon Street in Oak Street. I work for United Co-op and Fink Trucking. I've been in Mayville for over 6 years. This mostly pertains to the City of Mayville lot line ordinance. June 17th, I came home from working at the co-op about 5 o'clock, tried to start my John Surratt chainsaw before supper. It failed to start. I put it back on the desk in the garage. Next day, about the same time, I came home from United Co-op at Mayville. Put the car in the garage, found out my chainsaw was missing. Looked all over, couldn't find it, called the Mayville police. It took over 2 weeks to get the police report. When I got the report, I found out the officer didn't even write down the brand name of the chainsaw. Before all this, I did not even know Mayville had a lot line ordinance. Next time I wanted to move my truck, the windshield had a crack on the upper right-hand side. I called the police again, another one came over. He said it would cost me over $500. He never filled out a report. All I would really like is if they would please enforce the lot line ordinance. And I have a picture along with me of the situation. And the other thing I'd like to say is, a few years ago, they were still maintaining the boat launch behind the radio station, and I sure would like it if they could do it again, because I got a John boat that I can put it in. Thank you.
Where's the boat launch you're talking about?
Pardon me?
The boat launch you're talking about, where was that?
Behind the radio station.
Behind the HR block.
They had a pier in there a couple years ago, and now they don't do it. It's too steep. If you put a boat in there, you're gonna back off of there, you're in trouble.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? All right, agenda changes, any agenda changes? All right, consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to consent the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Olson, second by Levino, approve consent agenda. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, report of officers, mayor's report. All right, hello Mabel residents and friends. Hope everyone is enjoying their summer and the nice warm weather. School is right around the corner. Want to start off by addressing the 2025 budget and what I and the city council are facing heading into next year. Over next month, we will be addressing the city's needs on the capital improvement plan for the next few years. We have a need for road improvements and updated machinery costs. All of our department heads have submitted their needs as we go over them in the next month. This month, I gave an update at WBV Radio on the status of Mayville and where we are as of today. This will be a quarterly appearance with updates and on community comment. I've also reached out to the Great 98 and waiting to hear back very soon. I believe giving Mayville exposure helps promote our city and brings updates, brings up updates to our residents, but all residents in Dodge County as well. I attended the landfill standing committee meeting and we discussed issues that GFL are facing or have faced. We discussed reports on the monitoring wells that will show signs of contamination. The report showed normal activity and no changes. I also wanted to address garbage recycling within the city of Mayville. I was made aware that residents that are recycling do not have to put recyclables in a garbage bag. Just put the containers in the recycling bin, otherwise the bags have a chance of jamming up their equipment. I was not aware, and I'm sure many of you are not aware as well. The Community Development Authority met this past month to discuss housing issues within the city and the next steps moving forward. The committee has given direction to speak with landlords, developers, and prospective buyers to see what can be done in our housing needs moving in the future, especially since the city is landlocked by the new village of Petoskey. The city of Mayville needs to look at other communities in Dodge County and see what works and what doesn't work. I've spoken to other communities on this topic, and one issue seems to have come up time and time again, and that is owning property to incentivize development. I know Horicon, Waupun, Beaver Dam, and Watertown have all utilized owning property to help develop new housing opportunities. More to come. I want to thank all the city staff, and especially a few people that have been working hard, with myself to get our city back on track. Stephanie Justin, the city administrator, has been hard at it, getting City Hall back on track and reviewing all bills that are coming into the city. We have experienced a lot of invoices being paid without questioning the reason behind it. We anticipate the cost savings we have made will already paid for the administrator's salary in 2025. I also want to thank Nicole DeBaker, the city treasurer, for getting our city finances up to date with balancing each department's budgets through June, along with submitting all the monthly bills to the city council for review. The city clerk, Anastasia Gonstead, for all of her hard work in the August 13th election. Elections are no easy task, and this election cycle is no exception. I thank you each, and keep up the good work. Hope to see you around town, Mayor Bell. All right.
I leave it to Larry.
Administrative report.
It's shorter.
All right, administrative report.
Good evening. An update on the administrative functions of the city. I started the budget process, as you know, with Nicole and with the department heads. So each of the budgets have been reviewed, and we're trying to compress the budgets because a lot of these budgets, they'll have 7 account lines that'll be supplies. So what we went through is a lot of budgets, the supply lines, we put it down to 1. Some of the other ones are like salaries and wages. Sometimes you have to add up 7, 8 lines in order to get the total wages for that department. So what we're doing is compressing it together. That way you can look at one line for your overall wages in your budget, for your fringe benefits or your benefits for then individual budgets, and equipment and maintenance was another big one that we had so many different lines that sometimes we could, and not only like looking at your budget, but when you had to pay the invoices. So a lot of these, that's where mistakes and errors are being made. They were taken out of the wrong line, or they were entered for a budget that didn't have any money in it because there were so many of them. Now with the 2023 budget, there's a lot of line items that are zero. Telephone, zero. I don't know why the budget was created that way, but it's really wreaking havoc on trying to clean this up now. So that's one of the things I'm going through with the department heads and with Nicole. It can be very confusing and it's tedious. Accounts payable will continue to be paid every 2 weeks because we're asking the questions, is this fair? Is it reasonable? Why are we paying it? Should we keep paying it? So a lot of things are being, for every issue you find, there's three layers of issues underneath it. So we're trying to clean up a lot of that with our accounts payable. Also, payroll and benefits, we're continuing to clean that up, and we'll continue that with the personnel committee as we dive into the employee handbook. There's certainly issues that need to be addressed and some clarifications that need to be done in your handbook. Meetings I attended was the Park Rec and Tag Center on August 7th, Water and Wastewater Committee on August 7th, Library Board on August 8th, Plan Commission July 24th, along with the CDA meeting, and then the Special Ambulance Advisory Committee we had on July 22nd. Projects that are in the process, the City of Mayville's fee schedule we'll be bringing forward, so we coordinated that with your budget, hoping that whatever revenue or that we could generate with this fee increase, we're incorporating that into your budget so that we can see that balancing out. Continuing to complete insurance applications for your property and liability insurance. I'm working with EMC, with the League of Wisconsin Municipal or Mutual Insurance and ANSA, just to bring some different quotes forward for your property and liability. And then staffing updates, as you might know, Jennifer Anastopoulos, the library director, will be resigning on September 13th. Library is still in the process of interviewing for the part-time and part-time maintenance manager. And upcoming tasks, I'm going to continue with the budget process, as you're well aware of. And the online auction sale for the whole library at 111 North Main will happen tomorrow on Wednesday on Wednesday at 2 p.m. So today felt like 2 days. And that is all I have.
All right, city clerk report.
All right, I'll keep it brief. I have an election tomorrow. So the polls open at 7 a.m. They're open till 8 p.m. It'll be our first election at the city's new polling location, the Ted and Grace Bach-Huber Memorial Library, which is located at 234 North John Street. Most of this month was spent preparing for the election. Last Tuesday was our public test and election inspector training. It was a productive training, and the scheduled election workers got to see their new location. Mayville is quite fortunate. We have very dedicated and knowledgeable election inspectors. For this election, we issued 380 absentee ballots. 255 were returned, which is a really good rate. More will come in tomorrow. So anyone with outstanding absentee ballots can get them to the clerk's office by 8 p.m. So we'll still have more come in. Other than that, we've been working on getting eScribe up and running. It's the agenda preparation software that the clerk's office bought back in January. There really wasn't anything done with that, so I've been working with eScribe. I am hoping to start going live with it in September. It's kind of an aggressive schedule, but I think I will be able to do it. Additionally, we continue to work on cleanup and structure moving forward in the function in the clerk's office with a large focus on cross-referencing city ordinance, state statute to inform how we handle various tasks instead of just simply relying on past practice.
Just a question.
Yeah.
Do we rent or did we buy the polling booths?
Oh, the polling booths are ours.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Treasury report.
Okay. You'll see in your packet, and I've got budgets to actuals for the month of June and also the payables for the month of June. Our budget process is going really well. The capital improvement budget will actually be reviewed tonight. Department heads are working through their budgets. Mayor Bell, Alderperson Newman, Stephanie and I will be meeting with the department heads on August 22nd to discuss their operating budget. On July, we received shared revenue, computer aid, 2% fire insurance dues, state aids for transportation, and highway aids. You will see that in next month's financials. The total checks that have been cut for the month of June were $88,103.73. We also make some payments via automatic check withdrawal, which were $253,252.34. That's including payroll, the taxes, WRS, health insurance, and also EMC insurance premiums. Payroll for the month of June was $174,413. I signed up for Civics Annual Symposium, and I am also signed up for our Municipal Treasurers Association of Wisconsin. I hope everything along. Any questions?
That question.
Yeah.
All right, one of the bills that were paid for $3,733 to Boardman Clark LLP. Do you know what the date of service was on that bill that was paid?
Do you know where?
In other words,
Yeah.
it wasn't something since you've been there that Boardman and Clark were
I think it was on a developer agreement we're working on.
development agreement. And then one other question.
Yes.
The top to bottom cleaning services, I believe that's for. What is our contract time with them? If we do have a contract with them, was that 1 year?
That's a very good question.
I could find that out for Kim, I'll get back to you.
Right.
Thank you.
And there's at City Hall, there's top to bottom, the police department has top to bottom, and also the library does. So did you want all of them or just?
Yeah, I would, I just
Okay.
want to know how we can cut some corners here maybe. And if we have a contract with them, then
Anybody
we'll
else?
have to wait.
Anybody else? All right, thank you. Report of committees, commissions, and boards. Wastewater Commission meets September 3rd at 6 p.m. Library Board meets September 12th at 6 p.m. Public Works Committee, next meeting is August 26th at 6 p.m. Personnel meeting, next meeting date, August 26th at 6 p.m. Public Safety, next meeting date is August 26th at 6 p.m. Finance Committee, next meeting date is August 26th at 6 p.m. Park Rec Tag Center Commission, next meeting date is September 4th at 1 p.m. Planning Commission, next meeting date is August 21st, 2024 at 4 p.m. Community Development Authority, next meeting date is, this should be August 21st at 5. Should be the same day as,
Are we moving it up?
should
Yeah,
be
it wasn't
the same day as planning.
Okay. The planning was moved up for the joint review board.
Oh, it was,
Yep.
Yeah,
So this would be the normal meeting date for CDA.
okay. All right, we'll leave it there.
What was that?
Plan Commission is August 21st, and CDA should remain at August 28th.
Right,
Plan commission was moved up to follow the joint review board.
right. It was a special meeting for that. Okay, thank you for that clarification. All right, old business, none. New business, approved minutes of July 22nd, 24, special common council meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Smith,
Second.
second by Levenow. Any discussions, corrections, additions? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 5938-2024, appreciation of service to John Gable. Can you read that?
Whereas the City of Mayville Mayor, Common Council members, employees, and citizens would like to express their appreciation to John Gable for his public service, contributions, and dedication while serving as a member of the Plan Commission for the City of Mayville since 2018. And now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Mayville does hereby acknowledge the dedication and commitment to excellence that Mr. Gable has shown during his service to the city and congratulates him.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Motion by Smith, second by Schmidt. Any discussion?
Thank you, John.
Yeah, I'd like to thank John for his community service on the planning commission. I know John hasn't been feeling well for a while, but hopefully, John, if you're listening, you get better soon, and we're praying for you.
Also, many, many years is running the Napa franchise.
Mhm.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 5932-2024, appointment to planning commission.
Oh, sorry, trying to find it in my stack. Whereas in accordance with Municipal Code 22-12A, the mayor shall appoint subject to confirmation of the Common Council. And whereas John Gable has resigned from the Plan Commission. And whereas John Gable was serving an appointment which expires April 30th, 2025. And therefore, the mayor hereby appoints James Barron to serve on the Plan Commission with the term expiring April 30th, 2025. And now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Mayville does hereby approve the above-mentioned mayoral appointment to the Plan Commission.
All right, is there a motion?
So
Motion by Schmidt,
Second.
second by Liebenow. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 5933-2024, establishing the 2024 garbage and recycling rates.
Whereas garbage and recycling costs are a fee-based service and need to be recuperated through actual costs. And whereas the current garbage and recycling rate for the City of Mayville is $13.68 per month per garbage and recycling container set. And whereas the current cost for garbage and recycling collection is $14.69 per month per garbage and recycling container set. And now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Mayville does hereby approve the 2024 garbage and recycling rate of $14.69 per month per garbage and recycling container set, effective the utility billing cycle following the passage of this resolution.
All right, you heard the resolution. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Liebenow, second by Newman. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 5935-2024, a resolution to rescind resolution 5767-2022 pertaining to City Hall summer hours.
Whereas on May 9th, 2022, the City of Mayville Common Council approved Resolution 5767-2022. And whereas Resolution 5767-2022 established summer hours for Mayville City Hall of Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to noon, starting the Friday before Memorial Day and through Labor Day. And whereas the current operations at Mayville City Hall are not operating with the aforementioned truncated hours, instead maintaining the Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. hours year-round. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Mayville does hereby rescind Resolution 5767-2022, effective the date of the signing of this resolution.
All right, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Liebenow,
Second.
second by Newman. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, discuss with possible action, resolution 5936-2024, resolution declaring official intent to reimburse expenditures for the wastewater treatment facility upgrades. I don't know if you want to read that whole thing, do you?
That's a long one.
Yeah. That's, basically, we're reimbursing the water utility. Anything else you want in? So,
No, it's just saying that we're promised to pay our debts.
right. Any discussion? Or make a motion?
Made a motion. Second.
Motion by Newman, second by Liebenow. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, item G, discuss with possible action, introduce ordinance to create the city administrative position ordinance 1140-2024, an ordinance to repeal, replace section 105-2 and 105-3, and to create section 105-4 of the municipal code of the city of Mayville. Is there a,
I'll make a motion to introduce it.
all right, thank you. Mr. Smith, introduce.
I will second.
No, just introduction.
Oh,
We'll be talking about it next meeting.
okay.
Discuss with possible action, resolution 5934-2024, amendment to 2024 budget. Want to read that one?
Sure. Whereas on May 30th, 2024, the Series 2024A Geo Promise Notes were finalized. The amendment below reflects the sale results as well as project costs approved in the pre-sale report presented by Ehlers on April 8th, 2024. Whereas during the budget process, the city did not have a clerk. Clerk Gonstead has reviewed the current election budget. She is requesting the following additional funds due to the presidential election. Furthermore, the city had eligible ARPA projects in 2023 in the capital improvement funds 45. In lieu of finding additional projects to spend the remaining ARPA allocation, it is recommended to reimburse the capital improvement fund for completed projects. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Mayville does hereby approve amending the 2024 budget as follows. And that is all listed.
All right.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Smith,
I'll second.
second by Newman. Any discussion?
Take a roll.
So it's basically, she needs some money for the election, and so we're using CIP money that was extra. If we had a little bit extra left over to pay for that expense. All right, take the roll.
Alderman Smith.
Aye.
Alderman Newman.
Aye.
Alderman Schmidt.
Aye.
Alderman Liebnow.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, item I, discuss the 5-year capital improvement plan. So this is what we have so far. It's not finalized. You can see this worksheet. All right, so, we were thinking about maybe taking a year off, because last year we borrowed $2 million, but I don't think that's gonna work, because we have some other commitments we have to pay for. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to borrow for next year and then take the following year off and start 2 years borrowing cycle like we usually did. There's a couple of things that we're looking at. Our roads are kind of bad. We have a bunch of roads that are rated between a 1 and a 4. There's 3.2 miles worth of roads. So that's a possibility. We should maybe borrow additional funds to get them all the way to where they need to be up to par. And that should do us pretty good for a while. Then we can go back to like every year spending, $250 a year on our roads. Let's see, what else, Nicole, did you put in there?
I can just mention that I did work with the utilities, the water and wastewater. You can see they are now on the CIP, and that is coordinated with the Department of Public Works, so that when we're doing roads, we're also doing that infrastructure underneath your road, and not just doing the blacktop. There are some projects that were just mill and paving, but there are other ones that could be worked out with utilities. Both are being done at the same time.
Right. So when me and Finance Chair, Mr. Newman, sit down next week, we'll be discussing some of the CIP stuff with department head. Try to narrow it down a little bit better. We'll probably need some quotes from some department heads, but, some of the funding.
And with the TAG Center, we are definitely working with TAG Center Inc. and with the Bach Huber Foundation to get back on track with the building maintenance, that we can have them with some assistance towards that cost.
So yeah, it's a work in progress, and hoping in the next 30 days we can finalize the CIP at least during the budget process.
Definitely a working document that can be changed.
Right. If anyone's got any concerns, let myself or Mr. Newman know. And, like I like I said, we'll be talking to the department heads next week on it. Any questions? All right. Discuss with possible action, Class A, retail fermented malt beverage license application for Tinda My Ranchito, location at 102 South Main Street, Mayville, Wisconsin. Is there a motion? This is the Mexican store.
Right, she missed the deadline. She came in with her application the day that it was going to common council, so that's why. And then it has to be published, and then you have, on file for 15 days before you publish, so
It's
That's why
renewal
it's-
for, yeah, she had it last year.
Okay,
it's just that she was late.
okay.
So move. Motion by Schmidt, second by Levino. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Discuss with possible action, temporary Class B wine license application for St. Paul Lutheran Church located at 16 South Walnut Street. Event date is September 10th, 2024. For a motion? Motion by Levino. Your second. Second by Schmidt. Any discussion? My question is, they can get a temporary wine license?
Yep.
Correct. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, temporary Class B fermented malt beverage and wine license application for Mayville Audubon Days event dated September 13th, 2024 to September 15th, 2024. Our motion? Motion. Levino,
Second.
second by Newman. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right, discuss with possible action, the operator's license application for Joanne A. Brockos and 79W17914, Tamarack Spring Circle, number 3, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Smith. Second by Schmidt. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Discuss with possible action, operator's license application for Charles Brockos, M79W17914, Tamarack Spring Circle, number 3, Menominee Falls. A motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Smith, second by Schmidt. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discuss possible action, clarify which scheduled meeting should be streamed on YouTube and archived at city records. All right. Is there a motion for discussion?
Make a motion for discussion.
Newman, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Levino. All right, discussion. So by law, we have to keep a record of all of our taped meetings, and we ain't doing that. We haven't been doing that. We're relying on YouTube to archive our files, which can't be. We have to archive our own stuff. So there's an expense to that because we have to keep it on file. And it takes up storage, data storage. So do we want to keep streaming all the meetings, or do we want to limit it to which meetings we're streaming? And we used to just take the council and the committee meetings with the council, and then we have a CD and keep it on file and date it and everything. In case somebody had any issues, you take the tape or CD and burn it and give it to somebody or whatever. So that's where we're at. Am I missing anything?
No, and I mean, city meetings, we are only required to keep on file for 90 days. They're, really our agenda packet, and then ultimately the minutes are our historical record. YouTube has largely just been a courtesy to the community, but I do agree with Mayor Galt that there's some danger in relying on a free service to hold what we need to maintain for 90 days.
Does the e-scribe work into the questions? I don't know.
eScribe does not do It wouldn't do live streaming,
No, I know that.
yeah.
I'm talking about a record, criminal record.
So that would be, we do our agendas, agenda packets, and minutes through there.
Correct.
And then what's nice, it's off topic, but eScribe goes right to our website. But we would need to find another mechanism for recording the minutes.
It's not a storage area
Yeah.
network. You would have to purchase that in order to store your video footage storage. And I'm sure the police department is well aware of that and the costs. It's expensive. to
The cost is
store.
substantial, and the amount of data it takes to just do probably a 2-hour meeting is 7-8 gigabytes. And we deal with it every day with records requests, and it's significant. So,
Right, it's, that's why when we brought this up at the county level last year, when I was at the leadership role there, this is a big issue, because we have to maintain the record and how we're going to store it is a big deal. Of course, when I found out that we're not storing it, we're relying on a free service, what happens if that free service crashes or someone goes down and we don't have any backup, then what? We're responsible. That's how this all got started.
What is I'm a little, so if we choose to offer the meetings live on YouTube, then the 90 days thing, we can't just keep them for 90 days, we have to archive them
We have to archive them ourselves.
even, okay, so we can't actually, unless we archive them, we can't broadcast them?
If that would be our only mechanism of recording the meeting. So if we took something like, say, an audio recording device and did that in conjunction with YouTube, that audio recording could be our 90-day record, and YouTube would be more of a courtesy to the public.
Well, that sounds like a possible solution. We used to do our audio recording through the cable company who offered it. We still get paid by the cable company, no?
Yes.
Just
file
file
that
that
report.
So that could offset just recording the meeting, so.
And there are plenty of little handheld devices you could probably just shove a USB into, and
So there must be a solution other than just dumping the whole YouTube thing, I would think. Is there a solution to this and still?
But I didn't think we were gonna dump the system. I think what we're talking about is, do we want to record every single meeting, or do we want to just select on which meetings we want to broadcast?
I mean, you're not gonna select some of the council meetings, you're talking about,
Right now, we videotape planning, parks,
oh, okay.
CDA.
Utilities.
So you're
I
talking
mean,
about
everything.
categories of, we don't videotape the library board meeting,
Well, if they come
Parks
here,
Board.
they probably would.
yeah, but they don't.
And so long as we have it on YouTube, it would be subject to an open records request as
Right.
well, so there is some maintenance of the record.
Right.
So do you have any suggestions? You guys have brought it up.
Let's say pick and choose which ones you wanna keep, but not all.
I would just say we go
That
back to
way-
just having council meetings and the committee meetings, the council's involved with.
And special council meetings, I suppose.
Right.
Because ultimately, your committees are all going to feed into council eventually, because council's the only decision maker.
What about public hearings? That might be another area that we have to archive.
If you would say,
Have we looked
the only,
into
the
that?
only public hearing I could think of is besides council would probably be planning and zoning. We'd have a public hearing.
Budget.
That would be part of the
That would be
council.
council.
All right, so prioritize what meetings we should do and eliminate the others.
So you guys want to table this and think about it for a month?
I would like to make a motion to table this, give it some thought.
All right, motion to table by Olson, is there a second?
I'll second
Second by Smith, any discussion? All right, all those in favor of tabling it for the next month, say aye.
it.
Aye.
Opposed? We're tabled. All right. Discuss with possible action, inter-facility transport for EMS. We have EMS. All right, is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Smith, second by Newman. Any discussion?
Yeah, I was at the meeting where you guys discussed this. This is on a trial basis, or is this gonna be,
When we upgrade our license.
And why don't you come up to the podium, Christine, please?
the first time they were talking about trying this out to see if this would work.
Right, so the first step that we have to do before we can do anything is upgrade our license. In the state of Wisconsin, for interfacility transports, it has to be on your department license through the state. So that would be something, if upon approval, we will get that taken care of. That won't take very long to do. But then my recommendation, yes, is a trial basis. It would be a few months left this year, and then next year, I'd like to do a full year so that we can analyze the benefits to our city and our surrounding areas. We will keep that completely separate, so the revenues will be completely separate. We'll be able to gauge the hours of service and our basic costs, so we should be able to give you a pretty solid report after a year.
Okay, so this doesn't commit us long-term?
No, not at all.
Then
Our license would give us the ability at any time, so again, a benefit to a patient is if we took a patient from Mayville Nursing and Rehab and they had a catheter that they had trouble with and they consider it to be emergent transport, just like trucking business, we would be loaded both ways. So as long as we had a second unit, we could say, hey, we can hang out here a few minutes and we can take this patient back for you, and we would be compensated, where normally that's not compensated when we come back and don't have a patient.
Do you think 12 months would be a good time frame?
I do. I think 12 months, the first couple months will be getting our feet underneath us and figuring out what we're gonna do, getting the word out that we have the service available to us, and then give ourselves a good year to really gauge what that means for the city.
And part of this, as Money said, it's a two-man crew rather than three-man crew, and it's
Correct.
using a semi-retired fourth ambulance that we haven't decided whether to keep it or eliminate it.
Right.
So
It's
that's,
gonna be,
was all valuable stuff at this meeting.
the good news for us is, we actually consulted with North Fond du Lac. It's a like-sized community. They have the hospital there, so they're doing frequent transports there. Their fees would be a little bit less than ours. But they had to put a lot of money into doing this. They had to get a rig for it. They had to hire personnel to it. We don't have to do any of that. So we have the equipment that's already paid for, and we have the staff. So we're not going to be changing our staffing levels or anything else to make it happen.
And it's not going down as extra cost, it's more of a non-traditional revenue for the ambulance company.
Correct.
Right.
It's making use of the empty rig coming back,
You're exactly right.
So
Again,
it's-
we're not committing that we have
Yeah.
it 24/7.
and it's efficiency, so.
All right.
Excellent.
Anybody else? Do you have anyone else?
It was a good idea.
Will you read the motion back?
Sure. So the motion would be to approve the interfacility transport. Are we doing it for
12 months. Well, that's why I'm asking.
2020? The motion
I
didn't
think you just
initially
No,
have
this
that.
is just the license part. This is no commitment of time or anything, this is just so she can get the license.
Upgrade the licensure and approve us to be able to operate as
Right.
a facility transport. And we'll review it in a
She's
year.
coming
You
back
decide
again
it's not
later
working.
to
But do we want to put that in the motion that we're reviewing
No.
12 months?
Well, it's up to you, I guess. But we're committing to you. We're going to review it.
Yeah, she'll just bring it to us with the next budget process.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Leekdown.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. We'll discuss the rates now. Discuss the possible action, inter-facility transfer rates for Mayville EMS. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Schmidt, second by Olson. Any discussion? We'll be capturing our costs on this thing?
More than that.
Covers it.
All right. Anybody else? Want to take the roll?
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Olson. Aye. Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Leekdown.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss with possible action, update ambulance fees and rates for the Mabel EMS. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Both by Smith, second by Schmidt. All right, any discussion on the fees and rates? And this will be put in with our fee schedule for next year. So, anybody else? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Leeknell,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, discuss with possible action, resolution 5939/2024, authorizing the sale of 111 North Main Street, aka former City of Naval Library, and authorizing the execution of the deed. Is there a motion? So, motion by Schmidt, second by Levino. Discussion. You want to just state a couple of things about when sales?
Yeah, the sale will be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And at that time, then Stan Jones Auction Service has set it up that get approval from the mayor that the sale price is acceptable from the mayor. And then the clerk and myself will do the signing of the deed.
It ends, the auction ends.
And the 2 o'clock is that, then we'll confer with you. And then Anna will attest to the signature. We'll have to go over to the title company, so that's why we designated ourselves, so that we do it during the day and complete the sale
What day was it?
Wednesday.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 5940/2024, authorizing execution of a joint private access road easement agreement between the city of Mayville and Meredith Enterprises LLC. Is there a motion?
Little background on that.
There is the utility needs an easement, it goes from the North Industrial Park down to the city sewer plant. And we're trying to enter into an agreement that we have an access road bit back there, since everything's been sold up there for land purchase, so.
So they're gonna run a road from the industrial park into where the city collection is, like bulk pickup is, when you go there. Because of the bridge, obviously, they're concerned about the bridge and all the construction traffic on that bridge to pump concrete into the brand new facility.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have two ways,
There's a gate there.
you're gonna have two ways to get in.
Yeah, but this is a different location, we're going to, it's gonna be more to the east where we used to enter.
East of that gate.
It's actually in a private parking lot, and where the agreement states that we're responsible for some of the parking lot when they replace it. Percentage basis, I believe. Like speaking out there, and everything else, yeah.
No, that's it.
Did I cover it pretty good too?
Yes, you did.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Newman, second by Levino. Any discussion? Let's take the roll on this, huh?
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Leeknell.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, item 10, adjournment. By order of the chair, I move this meeting adjourned at 7:45.
Ever, is your